That's the closest thing you're ever going to get to a hug.
Oh, thank you, Matt.
You need to sit down. Shelly, is that where you want your mic? It looks kind of low. Your microphone.
My back hurts. I'm hurting all day.
Okay.
Before we start, I do want to play something that might take over Shelly's intro music. You ready?
Wait, no, wait.
Yeah, go for it. That's your area.
In Greek mythology and Roman mythology, a harpy was a female monster in the form of a bird with a human face. They steal food from their victims while they are eating and carry evildoers to the
Why did I
Arenas.
say that I was okay
They
with
seem
this?
originally to have been wind spirits.
Well, we already took a
Their
4 to
name
4
means
4 to 0
snatchers.
vote, so it's happening.
I didn't want to do that on the show. I just wanted to
Play it before.
play it beforehand
Why do you tighten it up so much?
so it doesn't slide down because of the weight that's on the end of it.
Yeah, but I can't even untighten it.
Oh.
Here,
So mean.
Alex, can you press Control left arrow key? Make sure that Shelly's camera's still on her. Okay.
Hey, look, I can see all your boogers.
Nope.
Now, the only thing I'm sad about is that we can't mess around on the camera.
Yes, you can.
What do you mean you can't mess around the camera? Sure you can.
Yeah, where they were writing notes and
Sure you can. Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
From
Did you watch the video back?
yeah, but whenever I watched it back, I saw it because she told me about it. All right, press Control right arrow, please, on the keyboard. Okay. All right, because we is live. I'm ready to do this shit. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, lightning rod.
The following audio program contains mature content, including offensive language. Listener discretion is advised.
Play the radio. Make sure the kids hear words.
You're talking to the guy that remembers everything.
Remember that time we butt fucked?
I don't feel okay with that. I really don't.
Robotator's a loser.
You know, I'm not even saying anything anymore.
Why?
Or maybe it's just I'm hogged up on caffeine. And
Because y'all get on to me for even saying anything. I'm done.
No,
I'm done.
I
I'm
didn't.
done.
You're supposed to fight back. Look.
I feel like you have a boner right now.
I don't.
I do.
The land of Fujiwa is a shitocracy.
First and foremost, I am not fucking RoboTuner.
Robo, fuck you.
That would be so tender.
Oh my
Number one.
That's the play for a stripper to just go, oh yeah, I listen to all of them all the time.
Why did the stripper turn to Matt
So where's the
Thomas?
stripper from?
Thomas, is that you, man?
I thought it was genius, RoboTuner. You did a fantastic job.
It is. I thought that I just wanted some money so I could buy some pop screen filters.
You dress up well, Thomas, man. I didn't know you were into this.
You little larper, you.
Someone shoot me. I have to live with him.
All these podcasts in my feed, but something's wrong. Not a single one I follow, they sing their own theme song. Now I have my own, and I really must say, please offer us advertisement so we can do this for pay. Do this for pay. Back in 2015, just a desktop and 2 mics. We found it hard on social media to get any likes. Then we got new equipment and the world was much more fun. 3 years had gone by, now our studio is done. RoboTuner, master of debacle, sitting at the helm.
Sushi keeping Matt in check, true ruler of this realm.
Thunder K shocking both their asses into gear.
Alex, the intern. Why am I even here?
We're glad that you have joined for this occurrence of our show. We can't think of lyrics for this part, so here we go. The song is almost over, starting at last. Broadcasting from the dungeon at Castle Fujiwa, it's RoboTuner's Insignificant Podcast. Occurrence 119 for Sunday, January the 24th, 2021, in the year of Mubi, the Golden Calf. Greetings, RoboTuner coming at you from the dungeon in Castle Fujiwa. Back again with that low-budget podcast style for your listening enjoyment, amusement, disgust, or all of the above. Take your pick. Joining me once again, across the table for me, is my everlasting... I can't introduce them both at the same time.
Sure you can. You just gotta split your voice.
My everlasting romantic life partner, Sushi.
I don't know why you're playing that one. You should totally play the other one.
Why?
Well, because you thought it was funny.
Oh, you want me to play it? I will.
Well, I didn't say I wanted you
Well,
to.
let me introduce you first. Then we have the finder of Greek mythological random facts related to his sister, Thunder Kate.
Why would you introduce him to play my intro?
Because I didn't come up with a clever bit for him this week.
Well, because we all really know this show is about you.
It's not about me.
And then we have Alex the intern.
Hey.
Hey. All right. So, did you find that sound bit that you played earlier that you said you weren't going to do for the act when we actually recorded?
I wasn't going to, but Sushi apparently
She
likes
asked for it.
Yeah.
You just like
In
being made
Greek
fun of.
mythology and Roman mythology, a harpy was a female monster in the form of a bird with a human face. They steal food from their victims while they are eating and carry evildoers to the Erinyes.
So, when are you coming back from Aranais?
You shut your face hole up.
And I thought it was Aranese because whenever I did the song Harpy, that's what I said. And whenever I sung it.
Did this video just disprove RoboTuner?
It might have. Because I never looked up the official pronunciation of it.
Inconceivable.
Sure it is. It is conceivable. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bump your screen there.
I do not
I was
think
trying to
that,
do this.
I do not think that is what it means what you think it means.
Okay, why am I Indigo Montoya all of a sudden?
Well, you do have a hint of indigo. Isn't that how you
What?
say it? Indigo?
Indigo.
No, it's not indigo.
Yes, it is.
Inigo.
No.
Inigo.
I thought it was Anido.
Yeah.
It's not Inido.
Oh, inigo. Oh my gosh, we're gonna look this up because it's not indigo.
I thought even it was Inigo, without the G.
Yeah,
I mean
but you
without
said
the
indigo.
D, without the D.
Mm-hmm.
Inigo Montoya.
Now he's backtracking, guys.
Or where'd the D go?
Now you're backtracking.
Well,
Inigo. It's Inigo.
okay.
Yeah.
Inigo.
I-N-I-G-O. Inigo.
Okay, Inigo, not Indigo. Like the color.
How many names does this guy have?
He has one. He's Inigo Montoya.
Montoya.
Inigo.
You killed my father, prepared to die.
My father prepared to
You
die.
killed my failed father?
Yes.
I stumbled over my words.
Well, he did fail because he was
Then don't do that.
fighting.
Are you Stumble Tuner?
He was fighting to the death, Count Rugen, with Count Rugen.
You know what? I don't care.
Eventually, we're all going to be tuners because we have Robo Tuner and Stumble Tuner. What am I, Stubble Tuner?
No, you're way
No, you're
beyond
you're
stubble.
Nipple tuner.
Nipple Tuner.
Nibbeldum. So this has been somewhat of a taxing weekend for Sushi and I. So, for one, I bitched about tile installers last week because of the idiots who came out here on Sunday who tried to get more money out of me. So I called the guy that actually gave me the lesser quote, and he had absolutely zero qualms about what we had set up in there. He just did it, which is exactly what we wanted. So it took him a day and a half to finish all the tiles. It's up there. And then Friday night, I spent putting in our new shower system, which is pretty badass. It's a pulse like spa shower system. It has three different modes to it. It has an overhead big ass shower head, which is like 10 inches in diameter, which actually comes down straight from above.
It's like a rain shower.
Yeah, like a rain shower. It has 3 jets in the front.
And then the Who Needs a Man jet that comes up from underneath.
No, that's a handheld.
That's a handheld.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure it has one of those modes on it, but I haven't tested it. Why are you messing with your pop filter, Alex?
Because why not?
I'm just asking you because I was just confused by it.
You're distracting RoboTuner. He can't think or talk because you're doing weird stuff. Now stop it.
That
am I-
stuff is saved for the cameras when he's not looking.
How am I supposed to live my life, you guys? I'm finally an adult, and you guys are suppressing me.
You're an adult.
You're still the intern. You're still at the bottom of the barrel.
You're adult. DOLT.
Hey, and once you're And once you're graduating high school and off to college, you can start your own show if you want.
That's too much work. I'd rather just stay on this
No,
one.
really. Hell, I know Pete. All it really takes to do a podcast is a smartphone with a audio recording function.
Then I don't feel like Captain Kirk.
I mean, it wouldn't be anything as intricate as we have here, but because we have like way too much for the kind of show that we have, in my opinion. But I'd use it to its full potential, so why not? At any rate, so yes, the shower is done, and along with the bathtub, and then we also spent some time yesterday organizing our garage, because Sushi still has her little side hustle where she makes crafts on the weekends and her time where she's not doing her full-time job.
I love how you refer to my little side hustle as little. It's not little. It's huge to me.
Okay.
It means a lot to me. It's not little. It's huge.
Okay.
Are you saying
It's huge.
It's huge.
Are you saying he's mansplaining your?
I think so. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mansplaining. Okay. So at any rate, we spent most of the afternoon yesterday organizing the garage, and I got my side back again, which I'm happy about. And then Sushi has her side that she does for her crafts.
So here's what it is when it's Christmas time, we have to take all of our Christmas stuff out of the attic, and the garage is the most cleared place to put all the tubs so that we can get all our Christmas stuff, put it out, and get all the stuff that's not Christmas that we can put away and put it away.
Right.
And we just leave it on the floor in the garage until Christmas is over. We pack it up, we put it in the attic, and then he gets his garage back. And that's the way it's been. Hopefully we can do something different soon, but for now that's the way it's been.
Do what you normally do, just build another shed.
Well, I'm actually getting there.
Yeah, we're building another shed so that we can take all the tools out of the garage and put it in a nice place.
Y'all need to make sure that clears city ordinance, because
It's the size of the building. We're good.
it's not the size of the building. You're only allowed to build structures above about 10% of your floor plan in certain cities. So you need to make sure that you're not taking your backyard's not taking up more than 10% of your structures.
Why don't y'all just get a shed
I
from
think
Home
we're
Depot?
fine. We did.
It's only a 10 by 8.
Well, I would still check with the city because they'll make you take it down.
Okay.
I'm just saying there was another person who built a shed in their backyard, and they had to make sure that it didn't take up more than 10% of their floor plan.
Too bad we can't build up.
That'd be nice. Or build down.
What is this, Ready Player One?
Y'all should dig a hole, make it a big underground bunker.
Or basement.
I like that.
Basements in Texas for residential are nearly non-existent because of the consistency of the soil here. Or at least that's what I was told.
I thought we were just clay.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Y'all can mold a basement. Like ghost style. You know?
If we're not down there all the time, spiders and bugs and weird shit will get in there, and I don't like that.
Well, I mean,
Well,
too bad.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love spiders. I never killed them. I let
what
them
do you think
live.
lives up in your attic?
Stuff that I don't know about. 'cause I
Nobody,
don't see it.
hopefully.
Stuff
Well-
I don't ever see, so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, how could you not say the same thing about a basement?
Well, because if I'm going down in the basement and I walk through a spider web, I'm not going to be real happy. A, I walked through somebody's home. That's a spider's home. And B, it's
So
all over
you're
my
perfectly
face.
okay with it as long as it's in the attic. But if it's not in the attic, then you're not okay
Yeah,
with
because
it.
I don't see
well,
it.
that's why
in the
you
attic.
carry a torch with you.
As long
every
as it's
ti-
behind the
everywhere you
wall
go.
and I don't see
Do
it, I'm
people
good.
pay to go to Crazy Town with you?
I don't think I'm crazy. I think it's legit. Like, if I don't see it,
You know what
I
they-
don't know about it,
You know
I'm
what they
good.
say about crazy people? They don't think they're crazy.
Yeah. Is there a tour bus that goes through Crazy Land with you?
It doesn't leave from here.
No, she's the driver.
She's a driver.
She's the tour guide.
What are you looking up?
Nothing?
Yeah,
So-
she's looking at what I said earlier.
So at any rate, that was our purpose for the small shed that we bought, was for our outdoor tools. So yeah, that should be delivered tomorrow. We just got to find somebody to put it up. We could do it ourselves, but I really don't want to.
Y'all just gonna put tools in there? and leave the garage for Christmas, or you're gonna put Christmas in there?
No, the
too?
garage is gonna where my side of the garage that has all the tools and stuff. That's my area for me to do my stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then speaking of stuff, Sushi actually brought home 2 nice pieces for me. Oh, okay. Hey, look at that. Dustin Schneider from the Jerry Jonestown Massacre in the chat room. He looked up our city allows for 2 buildings to be on your property with a minimum of 3-foot separation. They can't be taller than 12 feet.
Oh, so we've got the max. What are we gonna do?
Oh. We'll
Bunker
talk about it
time.
after
Why
the
don't
show.
y'all put the shed in the attic?
I'm gonna put you in the attic.
That holds absolute. That would do absolutely no good. Max of 200 square feet. Okay, yeah, we're actually at that. Okay, well that's a discussion we'll be having off the mic. At any rate. So speaking of stuff, we Sushi brought back from me yesterday some musical goodies. Well, some musical goodies from her late uncle who passed away last month. You stopped by and gave his wife, you stopped by his wife's house because you had some stuff to give her, and then she actually had some stuff in return for us. I got a vintage amplifier actually from, if I had to guess the era, I didn't actually look it up yet. It's an Alamo Challenger, which is a 25-watt all-tube amp single channel. Basically all-purpose amplifier. I don't think it's meant for guitar, vocals, or anything, but it just has one master volume and one tone. I actually plugged in my Les Paul into it, my electric guitar, a little earlier.
Is it tube?
Yeah, it's tube.
Oh.
Okay, thanks, Dustin.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Duke. Please indulge us later. Anyway,
So-
yeah, that amplifier behind me is tube.
So the reason I'm asking is because this looks similar to the one you have, 1960s. It says 2564 jet tube guitar amp, $299.99.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wasn't really interested in the value of it because I'll keep
I
it.
just think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's an okay amp. It's nothing that's gig worthy, but for recording or just jacking around on guitar, if I actually want to plug into an amplifier, not Logic Pro, I can certainly do so. I will just have to attach a pedal, and it's one of those amplifiers that actually has 3 inputs in the front, because back in the 60s, it wasn't unusual for rock and roll bands for more than one instrument to plug into a single amp. In fact, the Rolling Stones, that's how they started out. Brian Jones and Bill Wyman actually shared an amplifier in their early days. So that's why I heard on Disgraceland at any rate.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll keep it around, and then I also got a really small PA amplifier. It's called an Anchor 100 by I think Northwest Audio or Northwest Sounds, a company I never heard of. Yeah, if you're watching the live feed, Alex is holding it up right now. It's basically just a lunchbox style amplifier with 2 inputs on the back, one for a microphone and then one for an instrument of some kind.
I'm wondering what kind of food they put in this lunchbox.
I don't know, but I can tell it's not the original speaker. That's some kind of car audio Kenwood speaker.
They put jam in it.
So you can jam?
Well, god dang.
Yeah, I think he used that one for his harmonica playing. Your uncle did when he was still with us and
Or
was still playing.
Or he used it on that.
Oh yeah, that kalimba.
The kalimba, yeah.
Yeah. Which you got.
Yeah, I got the kalimba.
That was his gift to you that he wanted you to
I
have.
play the kalimba, but
What's a kalimba?
I'd love to learn how to play the kalimba.
Alex, it's basically just a small wooden box with a tiny, with a small acoustical hole in it, and it's almost like a xylophone, except it has metal bars all the way across it, and you flick the little metal bars and it makes a sound.
Do you want to go get it? It's on the counter.
If you want to play that instrument, you have to get past the finger maracas first.
Oh my gosh!
What the hell is this? A musical game? Like
It's up to you if you want to see it.
I'll look at it later.
Okay.
This isn't kalimba hero. Come on. Yeah, we can bring it out later. At any rate, so last week was the inauguration. I didn't really want to talk too much about the actual events. I was actually surprised not to hear about any mass sorts of chaos, which happened the week before. But there were some funny things that happened as a result of the inauguration. So unless you're living under a rock, you can't go 5 minutes without seeing Bernie Sanders with his legs crossed and wearing his mittens in a metal chair, photoshopped into something that you recognize or some kind of common
All
meme.
the memes.
I know.
All
my
week
goodness.
long. Oh my gosh.
I saw one that said it says, yeah, I got to drop my dry cleaning off and go to Joe's thing.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we have been.
What do you think? What do you
Yeah.
think? Dustin's been
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise we won't have any activity in the chat room.
No,
Hey,
Dustin's just
what-
like randomly commenting stuff.
What do you think about the image of Bill Clinton, Obama, and George W. Bush being the youngest of the presidents over Joe Biden?
Oh well,
Every one of them are younger than Joe Biden, and then Bill Clinton slept through part of the inauguration speech.
oh, did he?
Really
Yes.
funny.
I
That's
didn't
really
know about
funny.
that. I don't think Jimmy Carter attended though because he's
I
too
didn't say Jimmy Carter.
I know, but he's the only other surviving former president.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably the only one that's older than Joe Biden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was born in I think 1927, which makes him 94 this year.
Yeah, I mean he's old, but he's still doing
Yeah.
a lot. Like he has his own charity.
Habitat
now.
for Humanity.
Oh yeah, he's been doing charitable work for I know at least the past 10 years, despite his age.
Last time I heard, he was building houses for people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I was just saying that because I did see a news clip about the former president's club and how they don't want that Trump doesn't want any part of it, and the feeling was mutual. But that's all I was going to say about that. But then they didn't mention Jimmy Carter in the article. That's
No. Probably the only president who's older than Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's still alive. At any rate, so yeah, there was of course the gold of the Bernie memes, and then the last thing that Trump did in office on his last day as president was over 100 pardons for various people that had already been convicted of certain crimes.
Yeah, like Lil Wayne and Lil Wayne.
Say it again. Say it again.
I said it
No,
wrong.
that's not even. Well, yeah. Lil Wayne was. People were wondering if he was going to be one of them.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, yeah.
Lil Wayne.
Which I can't even remember
Yeah,
why
Andrew.
he's doing time.
You're
Do
gonna-
you
you're gonna
guys?
add your little-
Wasn't it
I-
possession of a firearm and
I don't keep up with like.
I think it was
Rappers.
possession of a firearm and drugs. I think. I don't
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. There's him, but the one that gained local news media attention was Joe Exotic.
Oh yeah.
Wait, for real?
Well, yeah, because I guess I don't know who started up the or the campaign, but apparently a whole bunch of people crowdfunded a limo and a red carpet that says "Welcome home, Joe." In front of the Fort Worth federal prison in Mansfield, where he's been.
That's hilarious.
Hoping, yeah, because he was praying that Trump would give him a pardon in his last day in office, and he didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
I feel sorry for all those fucking idiots that.
If I was Trump, I would be pardoning Julian Assange and Snowden.
Edward Snowden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that neither one of them would get one from him, but
No,
I feel sorry for those fucking idiots that chipped in however much individually for a limo for him, because that's just money wasted. You can't even write that off on as a tax as a tax loss.
That's funny.
Do you think
Yeah.
that?
Could you imagine the chauffeur just having to sit there like, what am I doing here?
It's like why are these guys catcalling me?
Who the hell is Joe Exotic?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, if this was a year ago, before the Tiger King documentary, I could see that. But way more people know about Joe Exotic now than they did then. Even people like us, who he actually used to run a pet store in Arlington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking of more along
An
the
exotic
lines of
pet store.
people like my dad who don't like Netflix, doesn't do anything with Netflix.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't know who Joe Exotic is.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there that don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't do Netflix.
Yeah, just stick with a old school cable or DirecTV. DirecTV doesn't even go on satellite anymore. I think they're mostly internet based now.
I think Dad would do Netflix, except that the internet that he has out there is not very good and doesn't.
Well, he lives in Pelican Bay. You blink and you miss it if you're driving down 199.
Right.
Well, I don't know. the $11 a month might throw him too, because he's like, damn, that's too expensive.
I thought it went up to 19.
Did it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it went up to 14.
19.
Oh, okay.
Well, I thought it went up to 12.
Well, it going up to 19 if you have where you put it on different, like
Multiple devices, yeah. Or you can stream up to a certain number on devices at once, yeah.
I can kind of see with the market being saturated as it is now, Disney Plus being out.
Plus.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to make. But I have them all, so I don't.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we have Netflix, Hulu.
It's still cheaper than cable.
Prime
Amazon,
and Plus.
Yeah.
Did y'all do the deal with Disney Plus and Hulu?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
That was just a steal.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah, but you think it's not going to go up?
Oh, no, it's going to go up.
Yeah.
But
then we have to make some hard decisions. How much do I like Hulu? You know.
How much do I like
Disney Plus?
Am I going to keep going?
Well, I mean, with the new shows coming out on Star Wars,
it's like a must.
It's going to be a must.
Disney Plus isn't going anywhere in our house.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and there's still some great shows on Hulu that we watch. So some of them just don't. Their seasons are over right now. Then the new ones haven't come out yet.
Yeah.
Like What We Do in the Shadows. That's fucking gold.
Yeah, well.
We watch that on Hulu.
Yeah, so I've been watching Sabrina.
Oh yeah.
The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah, the new one, not.
And they ended it. This is the fourth.
This is on Disney.
Chapter.
No, it's on Netflix.
Netflix. And I'm really disappointed in the ending of that show. I am. I'm disappointed. I don't like how it ended.
Yeah, you told me it's kind of weird.
I had to think about it for a couple of days. I always sit down and let it settle and really think about the show that I just watched and was it worth all that time I spent watching it. While I really was entertained by the show, I'm really just not happy. It was like a rushed ending. I don't think they were expecting ending on the fourth chapter.
Yeah, they probably wrote it to go for the series to go over more seasons than just 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, this sucks.
And I know that they're going to continue it now in comic book form. It picks up after the series ends.
I liked all of the actors on the show. I liked what they brought to it. I felt like, I felt it was a good show.
Yeah, Miranda Otto's still a hottie. She's in her 50s now.
Well, that's how I kind of felt about Star Wars the last 3 episodes.
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. I kind of had to sit down and watch them and then think about it. Yeah, I'm swaying today. It's my sway day. And, at first I thought, these aren't that bad. And then I kind of went through this part bothers me and that part bothers me. And then I see what other people's opinions are. And I go, I never thought of that. That's awful too. And after a while, I'm just like, what did I like about this?
I think it was the initial nostalgia of it all. Because,
yeah,
there was a lot of nostalgia in it, all of it. But
The Force Awakens, I think more so than the Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
I gave a little bit of rope to because I was thinking to myself, well, they're trying to restart the franchise. Let's give them see what they do with it.
Yeah.
And then the next one came out, and I watched it, and I was like, this just doesn't seem right.
Even now, when we talk about it, there's some things that you guys were pointing out the other day that I just Markham pointed it out. That they use the same vehicles.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. They didn't come up with anything new.
Yeah.
In 30 years.
Even the ships for the Republic were
everything was the same. And it was the same storyline, though.
Yeah.
So, while I was very excited about seeing all of that, I was just kind of like,
The first one was, I would put it in the decent column. It's not the best, but it was.
The Force
I
Awakens.
thought it was ramping up to something better.
Episode 7, yeah.
Yeah, where you see all the nostalgic stuff. You saw the Millennium Falcon. You saw, some of your favorites come in, and then they kind of, I knew one of them was going to have to die at their. Spoiler alert, it was Han Solo, but
aw, you ruined it for me. Come on,
come
man.
It's been 6 years since the movie came out.
Yeah.
You never know.
If you haven't watched it now, you're not watching it.
Yeah.
You aren't a true fanboy or girl.
But I knew somebody was going to have to go. I just wished it wasn't Han Solo. He was one of the best characters.
Though I will say, Dad and I were.
Why he had to die.
Dad and I were talking about it today, and
He wanted him. Harrison Ford wanted him to.
I think a really good, well-written character out of The Force Awakens was Maz. She was obviously kind of like the small little creature.
She was the replacement Yoda.
Oh yeah, the Oracle. Yeah,
but it was kind of something we've never seen before, and it was a new concept. And
Yeah,
it was written well.
Yeah,
I liked Maz. She was probably the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah, I really wish they would have given her more significant of a part, though.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but then to mirror what you were saying, Thunder K, about people like you hoping that it was going to jumpstart the franchise, a lot of people just kind of set the movies aside saying, yeah, it definitely didn't do that, but luckily The Mandalorian has.
Speaking of The Mandalorian, I read...
If you can see his shirt, the
Yeah.
Dad DeLorean, if you're watching the live feed.
I read online that they're going to do some jumping around on timelines for The Mandalorian in the newest season.
You did say that, but it didn't specify if they're going in the future or in the past.
I think it's just going to be jumping around a lot.
Okay.
Into different things.
Is it going to be one of those where they show the start of the show is 6 months down the line, and then they have to go backwards to tell what happened? I don't know if you ever saw Green Arrow, but they kind of did that. They went back and forth between future and past for
God,
a
I
long
hope
time.
not. I hate that.
Yeah, I hope that's not what
The
they're
Flash
meaning
did
by
that too.
That's what you
the
just
Flash
said.
TV. No, he said Green Arrow.
Oh,
The Green Arrow
sorry.
did, yeah.
I thought you said The Flash. Weird.
Oh, and it's funny because they're all part of the same universe and they work together a lot.
The Green Arrow,
For the brief amount of time that I watched The Flash.
the Green Arrow was
too
badass
cheesy
at first.
Oh yeah.
And then
I thought The
just
Flash
got-
was gonna be the same way.
Yeah, I thought the actor was a little bit of an over actor, but
Stephen Amell.
Yeah, but I really was digging the franchise, and then it got all weird. He stopped killing because killing was bad, and
So instead of using actually sharp pointed arrows, he used blunt ended arrows.
yeah. But I thought him being stranded on the island,
That
having
feels
to
like a
fight
rubber
his-
bullet.
fight his
Sure.
way off was really a good plot, And then when he went back to the city to avenge his dad, I was okay with the killing. It's not like they were great guys. That's what bothers me about Batman sometimes. He just keeps regurgitating the same villains into prison over and over again. I think he'd be more effective if he did lay him out, permanently.
Yeah, and usually whenever they do, it's of no direct action of his.
Right.
Yeah, just look at the end of Arkham City. How Joker died.
Yeah. But you have to be consistent about it. You can't put out 15 movies of Batman not killing people and then one movie of him coming out in a Batmobile with a machine gun.
Yeah.
Mowing
And then we
everybody
have the
down.
newest one with Robert Pattinson that was supposed to come out this year, but it was delayed from production because he got COVID.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He caught COVID?
Robert Pattinson did. Yeah, that was months ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with him.
But he's
I don't
feeling
care about
much
that.
better now.
I'm sure he is. At any rate, so last night I went out and I'm really glad I did. And yes, I'm going to mention something about my quote unquote boyfriend from you fuckers.
I don't know why you're looking at me. There's the one that
I was
started this.
looking at all three of you. Okay, so my good friend Dustin from the JJTM made a posting about how a lot of us, especially those of us that are musicians, just really miss live music. And like the last show he went and saw, the last big show that he saw before the pandemic hit, that he got to actually shoot at, was Tool whenever they came to Dallas. And anyway, but it basically just said that a lot of us out there miss live music and there are probably millions of people out there that may not get to experience it again as it was before it hit. And that hit me pretty hard. And then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm just for the local live music events out there, I try to make every one that I can. So I went out last night and I went out to see the Mammal Virus at Main at Southside. And actually Dustin and Susie met me up there too. And for those that may not know, a good friend of ours, Zach Zainatish, who was one half of iHappyM and also played in some other bands called Phantom Sensation years ago, and has been on RoboTuner's Insignificant podcast a couple times before. This is the band he's playing with now. And I had a good time. They were the only full band that played. And the last time that I saw him, Zach actually got up and did a solo set of some of the stuff that he's written himself and some old iHappyM songs as well. And some poetry in between too. And then their drummer actually got up and did a solo set of his own as well, but except he wasn't playing drums, he was playing guitar and singing. It was mostly cover songs, some old Southern rock, and a couple of country songs in there too. But he did all right. Anyway, yeah, the show the show was really good. I've seen the Malvirus before, and like I said, I really dig their stuff. Their singer Lance has some interesting stories as far as the bands that he's been in and out, because he's been a guest on JJTM in the past. I can't remember what song that they sung last night, but one of the lyrics out of nowhere was just "fuck your face," and I just remembered cracking up whenever he said that. But otherwise, it was actually my first time that I had gone back to Maine at Southside since my final performance with Josh and the Jet Noise for our one show that we had to support our CD, The Sound of Love Burning, which was almost a year ago. And they've done some cool stuff, like the outdoor patio. They have some fence around it, and then on the inside, they've taken out a lot of the tables, and they replaced them with benches. And they also don't have as many tables, and they got some good social distancing. But I didn't see anybody that actually walked in there that had a problem following the rules, which I think was cool. I mean, everyone in there. I mean, there were a couple people that walked up to the door that didn't have their mask on, but then the guy at the door actually asked them politely to do so. And, just one of those things that people are still in the habit, like, oh yeah, I got to put it on before I walk in any public building. Yeah.
And then RoboTuner and Dustin kissed. The end.
What? Oh, fuck off.
No.
Yeah.
That's not very nice.
Stop trying to force your fantasies on me, damn it.
I had to get my fan fictions out there.
That's one that'll never see the light of day.
Weird fan fiction. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Maybe you should retreat from that.
With your tail between your legs.
I'm just trying to liven up the mood, guys.
Yeah. I know. Otherwise,
fuck you. Okay?
No, I wasn't going to say
ever. Try to lighten up the mood again.
Well, goddamn.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Man, all I was going to say is that I really commend the larger clubs out there in Fort Worth, like Lola's with what they're doing at the trailer park, and Mass what they're doing with their social distancing and whatnot. I think they're all doing a great job, and there wasn't a whole lot of people there. I would say about 25 at most, maybe 30, or maybe that's just me being generous. Alex is tormenting again his aunt, and his aunt is about to pull out a blunt object and smack him upside the head with it.
She's about to pull out a blunt?
A blunt.
Whoa. This isn't this kind of
a blunt
podcast.
object, no.
Whoa.
Got to pull out a gas.
No marijuana usage here.
This is a kid's show.
No, it's not. It's even on the fucking stream that it's not for kids.
Wait a second.
What you talking
He
about?
acts like a kid. Is that where you got that from?
So do you.
So do you.
Well, yeah.
So do you.
That's a given.
That's enough. Hey, what's that? Oh, I saw that picture. That's fucking ridiculous. Put that up to your camera.
What does that say? I can't read it. Why don't you read it for everybody?
It says, well, it doesn't matter about the caption. It's basically
It's Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Well,
this says Michelle.
Oh.
Michelle Obama?
Yeah.
That's what it says, yeah.
That's confusing. I thought that was Okay.
No, that is
like
Michelle.
Kamala Harris, but maybe it was Michelle.
Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
but anyway, it was their face superimposed into a picture of a female Jedi.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I have for my stuff. Well, actually, there is one other thing. This Saturday is a very important day in my love's life over there. It's her occasion of celebratory coinciding with her biological independence. I'm not going to say how many times over.
Just say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
It's
47.
63.
46.
Thank you.
Want to piss somebody off? Just add one to their birthday on their birthday.
93.
Jeez.
I wish I looked this young at 93. Because I know I'm not going to look like this at 93.
104.
Yeah, I'm going to shove 104 up your ass.
104 what?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Fists.
Ew. All at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
How many people are going to sign up for that?
Well, there'd have to be at least 52.
Oh, yeah. For the even numbers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, so yes, her birthday is on Saturday. It'll be a very momentous occasion, as always.
Although it could be one-armed people.
Well, then it would have to be 104.
Yeah.
Or could it be like half? So it'd be like some like 70, 76.
I think
Hey,
they need a minimum at least 3 fingers.
did everybody
Huh?
get kicked out of Facebook on Friday?
Yeah, Kim did.
Kim got kicked out?
Yeah, I'm never on Facebook.
Why though? I didn't
Maybe
I
they're
didn't
doing
get
it-
suspended.
I didn't either.
No, it wasn't suspended. I think
Maybe they were just doing a
I
system
think they had
update.
an update or an outage or something.
Oh, okay, so that was Michelle Obama's dress. She looks like
Ah,
Vis
she
Asmar.
does.
Okay, thank you, Dustin, because I wasn't sure what Jedi that actually was, or if it was an official character or not. So
I haven't seen that. Still haven't actually.
I just showed it to you.
Yeah, I can't see all the way over there. Are you kidding me?
He's blind.
Do you think these Coke bottles are for viewing?
well,
go-
we don't know if you're near or farsighted, man.
We'll go look at it, okay?
I'm neither.
Oh, I forgot to mention it.
What's that?
I also learned a really funny fact today. Did you know that the first show that Weezer ever performed at, they started for let me dang, sorry.
Damn.
They started for a group called Dog Star, which Keanu Reeves was the bass player for.
Their first show was opening up for them?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I remember Dogstar, and they actually had the only time I saw them perform on TV when it wasn't in a tabloid news show's brief clip
You're so proud of yourself.
was
really am.
on Regis and Kathy Lee when I was in high school. Yeah, because my mom used to watch that show every day. I guess they decided to guest star because Keanu Reeves was the bassist.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the singer. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Speaking of,
I didn't know that his first band was. I didn't know that the first gig was opening up for them.
Speaking of fun fact, I learned something this week that I didn't know. You probably did though.
What's that?
Did you know that the original Doom was originally designed to be for the Alien franchise?
Yeah, I did. That
I didn't do it.
that
Bum,
Nef-
bum,
Net-
bum.
Net- Netflix show. What is it called? Insert Coin or one of those? It actually, it's like a 5-part limited series, and in one of them they actually interview John Romero, and he goes into the history of ID Software and where Doom came from, and that's exactly what it did. In fact, their earlier game before Doom exploded was even before Wolfenstein was called Commander Keen. The Adventures of Commander Keen, and that game originally started off as a proposed port of Super Mario Brothers. They marketed it to Nintendo. They shot them down because it's Nintendo. They don't want to publish any games outside of their own hardware.
Yeah.
So they rebranded the sprites and changed the storyline, and it became Commander Keen. Yeah, but it was originally supposed to be a PC Super Mario Brothers port.
I saw.
Weird.
I don't know why I'm thinking.
I think
about
it was
this.
Super Mario 3, if I'm not mistaken.
When I went to Indiana at that little Amish hotel that I stayed at.
Yeah, I remember you telling us about that.
They had a Nintendo something or other over there. It was a really old machine, but it wasn't a video game. It was before they were making video games. This was like it's almost like a timepiece. I couldn't tell you exactly what it did. It just looked crazy. It was very analog. It was very crazy. It looked like something out of steampunk.
It wasn't a pachinko machine, was it? Because they made those in the 70s. And those are mechanical.
This was earlier than that, and it had specifically Nintendo on there.
Okay, yeah, because
I don't even know if it was the same Nintendo, but it was. I didn't think that.
it likely was. They had a bunch of different products before they honed in on just video games, and that wasn't even until the 1970s. Because they started off making Hanafuda playing cards.
I didn't even think about taking a picture of
which
it.
was a Japanese card game of some kind, but I don't know anything about how it's played or what the rules are.
I'm sure that I'll have to go back up there eventually, and when I do, I'll take a picture of it. They still have it. But
If you can stay at that Amish hotel again?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh,
was
everything lit by oil lamp?
Did they make you churn your own butter?
No, it's really weird because you go there and you think Amish and you think and there are horse and buggies.
Yeah.
and the horse and buggies have the little reflective triangle on the back.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you go down the road and you see all these horse and buggies parked at the nearby bar, and they're all these horse and buggies are sitting at the bar across from the church, and then you go down the road and all these Amish houses.
Amish houses.
Amish houses.
Shamachapapa.
Anyway, so you go down the road and you see all these like playground areas in the back, and they're all plastic and look like they all come from Walmart. You know, it's very weird. And then I went to this hotel, and you know it was just almost like a normal hotel, except a way nicer. You go in and there's like wooden floors, like like 2x4 wooden floors.
Oh yeah, yeah. The way
sanded and varnished.
Yeah, they take huge pride in their craftsmanship.
The blankets on the bed were all quilted. They were hand quilted.
Yeah, I believe it.
Nothing I could see
was store bought. Yeah,
store bought.
Except maybe like fabric, obviously, but
right. And when you go there, it was you basically how in most hotels you walk out and you're in the hallway.
Yeah.
When you walk out of this place, you're actually in a living area. And one time, and this was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I got up and I heard these noises outside of my door, and I didn't know what it was. So I go and I open the door, and here I am sitting in my it was basically boxer shorts and a t-shirt, and I open the door, and there is a huge church congregating in the. This is 1 o'clock in the morning. The church congregating in the hall, this living area. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
But they're all sitting there and they're talking and singing and stuff like that. And this is 1 o'clock in the morning.
1 o'clock in the morning.
And so I just they didn't see me because I was sitting there in my shirt and my boxers, and I just turned right back around and shut the door. But amazingly. Insulated rooms, because as loud as they were, I'm surprised I only heard a little bit of rumbling outside the door.
Wow. And any electricity in this place?
Yeah, they had electricity and they had water.
It was probably well water.
Well, I'm sure it was all. I'm sure that where this was, it's all regulated by the state.
Yeah.
So they had to have running water and electricity and all that kind of stuff. But if it weren't for those little touches, this place would be right out of a movie.
Yeah, like the 1800s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's our culture.
Around,
yeah.
They're all walking around with their Amish beards and the suspenders, and the women are wearing the handmaid's outfit or whatever.
Oh yeah, the headdress or whatever.
It was trippy, because I'm coming from our IT headquarters just a mile or two down the road, and then I go to stay in this Amish hotel, so it's like day and night difference. You go into this industrial park and you're walking in with computers and all that stuff, and then you leave and you follow the horse and buggy to your hotel, and you stay in the 1800s.
My question is, did you ever ride in a horse and buggy?
No.
Why not?
That would have taken way too long for him to get where he needed to go.
Just on a joyride.
No,
just a late night ride, just riding on the trail.
No. I'm sure if I went to the bar next door, they would have taken me on a ride. But I don't know if they get DUI for.
I'm sure it applies, regardless of what type of vehicle that you're.
I just wonder.
you're operating.
I just wonder
it's a horse.
Do you get the horse drunk? Is my question.
Could you imagine putting a breathalyzer on a horse?
You are out of control.
Another really odd thing is just right across the street from this hotel, there is this place called Edelweiss. And
there's an Edelweiss here. It's a German restaurant, Deutsch restaurant.
Well, this one's completely different. I may be pronouncing it. I think it is Edelweiss. Anyway, yeah, it's an all-you-can-eat place with all Amish food.
Where's this at? Oh, this is
in Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
What's that?
Oh, sorry, my phone.
So it's so you walk into this, and you could sit in horse and buggies and eat your food.
Kind of like Sonic driving.
Yeah.
But it's run by
Amish.
It's actually run by Amish.
And I bet that food is delicious.
Do they make their own sauerkraut?
They have buttered noodles. It was really weird. The chicken was okay. It really wasn't anything to write home about. Everything was fresh, but it just wasn't as flavorful as you would think it would be.
Is it the Black Buggy restaurant?
No, it was called Edelweiss.
That's funny though. Makes me wonder if there are any Mennonites up there. Because
Men in Tights?
No, Mennonites. The biggest difference between
Mennonites from Kirby.
No, not Mennonites. No, Mennonites. The biggest difference between them and Amish is that I think for like 1 day or 1 week out of the year they actually act like normal citizens and people. They can actually use modern technology. Then the rest of the year they're live like Amish.
Does it have red doors?
That was a couple of years now. I don't really remember.
Did it look like those houses where it was tan in the back and it had brown wood planks across it? Did it have curtains?
I'm sure it had curtains.
Did it serve alcohol?
No.
Okay.
It was Eisenhouse. That's the name of it. I'm sorry.
Eisenhouse, okay.
Yeah, Edelweiss is here. Eisenhouse. Yeah, the
Okay.
Amish buffet at Eisenhouse. Das Deutschmann Eisenhouse is the name of it.
Yeah, and Pennsylvania Dutch is actually still spoken pretty predominantly in that part of the country. Yeah.
Yeah, their biggest thing there was buttered noodles. That's
so weird.
Yeah,
buttered noodles and mashed potatoes.
When I went down there, they're like, "You've got to try the buttered noodles." I was like, "Okay."
Did you have to put salt on it?
And it literally was just fettuccine noodles with butter on top.
Was it good?
It was okay.
It was just buttered noodles. Yeah.
Noodles with butter.
Was it a little bland?
It was. Well, no. I mean, it was salty enough because it had butter on it. It's butter. You can't go wrong with butter. You just put butter on some noodles and eat them up.
Was the price good?
I didn't pay for any of it.
Oh, right.
So those were the best goddamn
It was a business
noodles
trip.
It was a business trip.
Yeah.
It was free noodles. I say win-win.
Yeah, free noodles, man. All right.
I am not complaining. I'm just saying that if you would think in your mind that you go into an Amish place, it's got to be the best cooking you ever had. And I'm telling you, it's okay.
Speaking of food.
Speaking of food?
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too. But I'll let you say
I'm so frustrated right now. Because with the diet that we're on.
Yeah, the keto diet.
We're on the keto diet.
Yep, you and I both are and have been since
and
the first of the year.
RoboTuner has lost weight.
Some. But now that we got a new scale, it says I'm weighing more than I did on our old one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does it show that you're weighing a lot more? I'm afraid to get on it.
About 6 pounds more, actually. No, actually, way more than like 16 pounds more.
16 pounds?
Yeah, which doesn't make sense to me.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because I feel my pants are looser.
Yeah, my pants feel looser too.
Yeah.
I'm scared to get on it now.
Yeah. So what's your ailment, baby?
Anyway, so I am so frustrated because I want to eat bread and sugar. Not sugar so much, but I'm more wanting beans than anything else. And I'm just like, I broke down yesterday. I was like, I can't do this anymore. All I can drink is water. I was drinking coffee every morning, trying to fill up on coffee, and it started making me sick to my stomach, so I stopped drinking coffee. And, yeah, just not happy. I'm not a happy camper. But I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both are. Now, of course, you're allowed to cheat on your birthday.
I'm cheating on my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm cheating. We're going to Mercado,
Mercado Juarez. Woo!
And I'm going to get...
Favorite Mexican food restaurant in city of Fort Worth.
I'm going to get beans.
Which I was surprised Susie's never even heard of it. She's lived in Texas for 15 years.
That is,
Yeah.
that's a little strange because...
it's really out of the way, though. I mean,
well,
it's really good. I love that.
The original one is.
There's multiple locations. There's one in Arlington. There's one right there off of 35. There's one in Dallas.
Oh, I didn't know there was more than one.
Yeah.
I just always go to the one off of 35.
Yeah, that's the original one.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, it's completely off subject, but I thought you were going to bring up the fact that of what you made me do today.
No, I wouldn't bring that up.
I'm going to bring it up because it was funny. Okay, so
what was that?
So today we had make your own pizza night.
Because, you know.
Oh, okay. I know what
So-
you're about to say.
So she's cooking. She's making all the other stuff for her making her own pizza night. She goes,
Yeah.
"Do y'all want eggs?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Why not?" I go, "Because I don't like eggs on my pizza," which is a lie because I've never had eggs on my pizza.
And
just
I was
didn't wanna
like,
try
"How do
it.
you know? How do you know?"
And I was like, "I've had it before. I've had it before."
And I was
How do you
like-
know?
I was like, "When did you have it? Where did you get it at? And did you have it with red sauce? Pizza sauce."
Red sauce.
And he was like, yeah. I'm like, "Where?" He goes, "School." I go, "Woo, you are lying. You are so lying."
And so I wasn't gonna try it because I was just like not having her crap. Well, then I kept bringing it back up because I kept thinking about it, and I was like, man, now I really want to try that. Well, anyway, long story short,
Yeah.
I cracked an egg on a piece of pizza dough. Well, those pre-baked
Pizza crust.
Pizza crust. Thank you. And we cooked it, and it was so goddamn good. It's so goddamn good. Put a little like hot sauce on it.
And you actually liked it. You just did it just to mess with her.
Well, I kind of made it sound like I'd had one before.
She straight up lied to me.
No, I didn't lie, because I've had egg on pizza just without the sauce.
They're scrambled egg pizza, breakfast pizzas.
I make them.
I've had those before.
You've had them with
Yeah.
me. I've made them for you.
Yeah. And you're just shaking your head in disbelief.
I should have done. I should have gotten. I told you this earlier, but I should have gotten like a little hot sauce and mixed it in with like the egg and then drizzled it on top. Because like afterwards, the pizza was so hot, I burned my tongue and then put the hot sauce on it. It just made it hurt worse. But it's so good.
Oh, that is a nice hotel. Yeah, it does look like I would never have thought that would be. I mean, an Amish restaurant. Sorry, that's a restaurant that you.
No, that's the inn.
Oh, that's the inn.
That's what's. They're all the same complex.
Oh, okay. So it's a restaurant and hotel. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that was Amish just by looking at the picture.
No, you wouldn't. And when you
looks nice from the outside.
It really does. And on the inside, they have a swimming pool now. They didn't have one then.
Yeah. No.
That is interesting. So Thunder K, shall we talk about Battlefront 2 since we've all indulged in it quite a bit this week?
Yeah, I didn't get on this week's game because.
Disclaimer: this is Battlefront 2 EA, not Battlefront 2 LucasArts that came out in 2005.
Which that one's still really good.
Yeah,
that one is good. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, we I don't know what my son was pestering us to play with him.
Not him, but your older one.
Yeah, my oldest son. And so day after day, it's, "Dad, you want to play with us?" And it's, "Yeah, okay, we'll do it." And then Shelly was like, "Come on, let's play." So we get on. And that sucker gets on and we plays with us for like 5 minutes. And then he goes, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have to split up."
Yeah.
He's like, y'all are newbies, and I don't want y'all playing with real people yet. And we were doing fine.
No, but basically he was saying, they're just not getting it. I was like, "What is there to get?" You point the gun at somebody and you pull the trigger.
Now, in my defense, I have never really played these kinds of games because I've never been able to do it.
Because your motion sickness. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, even in this game, if I go and get into any kind of aircraft, I immediately have to kill myself because I tried it out. I had to kill myself so that I could start as a different character because that does not work for me. I cannot do the aircrafts. I can't do anything where I'm flying up in the air because I get motion sickness really, really bad, really fast. So I can only do like on the ground, third person. That's it.
So this, I remember playing this when it first came out because this isn't the first time I've owned it.
Yeah.
And I thought you had to buy the containers from EA, but so
oh,
far
you did.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
Did they take that away?
Yeah, basically.
It's a way better game for it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because
then it gives
of course, the money that you earn now is useless because you have everything unlocked, but the gameplay is pretty amazing.
I mean, like,
and you still unlock the additional characters through every match through
they're all
points.
Unlocked.
Yeah,
they're all unlocked.
Yeah, all of them are.
Yeah, but you have to earn points in battle in order to use them.
Got it. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So, but you still have to unlock the guns.
Yeah.
You have to unlock the abilities.
So it still gives you a goal to work towards.
Yeah. So it's a lot like Modern Warfare now than it is, the old pay to win game.
Yeah, microtransactions bullshit. EA was notorious for that.
And then you have to level up and whatever you're playing. I played the heavy artillery guy.
Yeah, the heavy trooper.
Yeah.
I mean, because
heavy whatever we're playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be trooper.
she can just rain down bullets. She's good at it.
So we
Rebel
started out.
soldier, yeah.
We started out playing multiplayer online and getting our asses stomped. And then the next day we were playing and we were kicking ass. I was like, man, this is great. I'm killing people left.
Our
and
first
right.
game we lost.
I'm so excited.
We're getting so good. And then we find out that Shelly's or Sushi's boy put us in a bot mode, so we're just fighting against bots, and we were doing way better than we thought we were.
You know what though? That first day, even though I was last almost every time, at the very end I was 11th place, and I was feeling so good about myself. No, not out of 12. I was feeling really good because I really don't play these games very well. I want to be better, but I don't play them very well. And so for me to get 11th, I was like, yeah.
I barely break 10 because I'm just not good at them.
I didn't even see what I ranked whenever I was playing with you guys.
You were with me and Sushi most of the time.
Yeah, and the one thing I don't like, and this is just my own personal preference, is that I have to play it with mouse and keyboard, and
You don't have to play it mouse and keyboard.
Well, I know, but I don't have a dedicated PC controller. I have to use my console ones, which only work in Steam games. They don't work on Epic games.
I've been using my PS4.
Oh.
And what you do...
You use a...
Yeah, there's a program you can download that emulates the Xbox controller, so you can turn your PS4 into an Xbox Windows controller, and it works on everything.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, but we have Xbox Windows controllers, so why would that...
I don't know. Mine works fine. My PS4 Windows.
Maybe you could take a look before you leave tonight.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. And you said you skipped the download of this week. What is it? Age of Empires?
I got it. I just haven't played it yet.
Civilization.
Galactic Civilization. Yeah.
I what I've read, it's a lot like. Now I'm mixing them up because there's the one.
Space.
Warcraft.
It's like Space Warcraft.
Oh, okay. StarCraft.
Yeah.
Except not. Yeah.
Star Wars.
It's a pretty expensive game for free.
Yeah, it
from
is.
what I saw.
Well, yeah. Well, you had your Battlefront, which is the collector's edition, which is like usually like $60 to $90, and then you had your freaking Galactic Civilizations, which was like $40, $50.
I think the Battlefront 2 was only $39.99.
Well, it's still $40. Those are two $40 games, back to back.
I'm not. Yeah.
Which was a lot more than we got for the 12 Days of Epic.
Yeah, that was way better than the 12 Days of Epic.
Yeah. But I'm not complaining. They're still free.
They're free.
We got a really good game out of one of those 12 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a couple, and some of them we already had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a cool little promotion that they did during the holidays. It gave you something to look forward to every day, too.
Yeah.
I've downloaded a lot more games because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some I haven't even started playing also.
Mm-hmm.
I just always make sure I run in on Thursdays, grab the game, play it. I didn't get a chance to play this new one because we just got hung up on Star Wars Battlefront, which is a way better game than I ever thought it would be.
I think that we're having fun playing it, and I think that's part of it.
I just remember the first time I played it, it was right when it first came out, and it was such a kind of a disaster.
Yeah.
Because you could never get in, and when you did get in, it was slow or clunky, or you were getting...
clunky.
It was freezing up, or you had to pay for better weapons, and those who could afford it already had the better weapons and were just waylaying you.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't...
Spending money in the wrong places, those people are.
They had on the store for Epic, they had a sale for the first Battlefront, the first EA Battlefront, and I was like, I mean, we already have the second one. I mean, what's the point of getting the first one?
Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of fun with this one, though.
I do. I have a lot of fun. I'm glad we play like 4 games, and then everybody's like, all right, good night.
Well, the games take forever.
Yeah, they do.
I know.
They do.
You
take a long time.
always come out like 7 o'clock.
Well, I can't help it.
And I don't mean that in a bad way to take forever. There's plenty of content there. You get so hung up in it, you lose track of time, and you're like, oh, it's already 9:30. I got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
It happens. Happens to the best of us. All right. So with that, are we ready for sushi news and conspiracies? News first.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Sushi news. Your source of news This is the news. Sushi news. Go.
Sushi news. Go.
Wow.
Toronto woman finds knife-wielding squirrel in backyard. A
Okay.
Toronto woman captured a video where she looked into her backyard and was confronted with a bizarre sight, a squirrel holding a knife.
I got you, fool.
Andrea Diamond, who lives in the
The nuts.
Rosedale area of Toronto, said squirrels are a common sight in her backyard, but Wednesday morning she spotted a squirrel that had picked up a paring knife she had left near the tent outside her home.
Oh, a paring knife. So it's like a potato peeler almost.
So apparently,
You
knife.
think she was going after the husband? You wanted to cut his nuts off?
Either that, she's like, the squirrel did it. The squirrel did it.
Yeah, I don't think that squirrel was hunting those kind of nuts.
Like picture right beside the squirrel of the husband.
And the
Was
blood
her
on the
maiden
paring
name
knife.
Bobbit?
Who knows?
You beat me to the Bobbit joke.
Oh, I'll play this for you then.
Okay.
So apparently, knife-wielding squirrels are a thing now, Diamond tweeted, along with the footage of the squirrel. She said the rodent gnawed on the knife handle
Wait,
for a while.
I have to know. Is this 2020 or 2021?
2021.
Okay, so January is the month of the knife-wielding squirrel.
We need to start.
okay.
Yeah, we need to just. Somebody said we just need to start this year over because it's just not that good.
Well, they said that about 2020.
Well, 2020's over and all of it was shit, and somebody's saying that 2021 is already starting off on a bad foot. But anyway, knife-wielding squirrels. Anyway, she said the squirrel did not appear to have injured itself with the sharp object. She said the animal returned a short time later to chew on the knife a little longer, but basically they abandoned the tool.
Did she pick up the tool and throw it away?
I don't know. I think if
Why did
the
she just leave it
squirrel
there
had
after-
if the squirrel had left, I would have ran out there and got it so that they wouldn't hurt
You
themselves.
know what would be scarier than one squirrel with a knife?
What?
5 squirrels with knives.
5 squirrels with knives?
Yeah, all walking up to you.
Yeah.
If 5 squirrels with knives walked up to me, I'm gonna be like, "Wake me up! Wake me up! I have to be
You
dreaming.
know
This
what's
is
scary? You know
ridiculous."
what's scarier than 5 squirrels with a knife?
What?
1 person with a gun.
Well, that goes without saying.
Well, I mean, like,
Come on now. There are people with guns that aren't scary.
no, that's not what I mean. If he's coming
Well, what
at
do you mean?
So
Yeah.
they like come up to you and they go, "Give me all your money, bitch! Give
yeah,
it here!"
yeah. So that's what I want to know. Did Toronto Animal Control put out an APB on the squirrel, and did they have to dust it for fingerprints?
I think y'all are reading way more into the
Well,
squirrel
because
story than
you
it
said
really
the
was.
squirrel dropped the knife, so that's evidence.
Oh my gosh! Oklahoma lawmaker
Maybe
wants
Ace
to.
Ventura.
No,
is on the-
wait, hey, don't get rid of the story just
yeah,
that
you're
fast.
just tossing the story.
I'm
You don't
sorry.
hear about squirrels with knives very often.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Ace
y'all.
Ventura, where are you when we
Keep
need you?
going. Keep going.
That's
I'm
all.
listening.
That's all I was gonna say.
Do you know
No.
what? Do you think that they're cousins of Chippendale?
Possibly.
Distant
The
because they're
evil
different
cousin.
species.
The distant evil cousin.
Well, how do we know
Is
they're
this like
They're chipmunks.
You know,
is
maybe
this
they
like
could be
s-
from Nut Job.
Is this like Scooby Doo's? What's his name? Cousin, the little short
Scrappy Doo?
Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo,
Yeah.
Evil Scrappy.
who can
Doo.
actually speak perfect English, yet Scooby talk like this.
That's because Scrappy's a little bit on the evil side.
Well, either that or he's
well,
a mutt.
that's because Scooby Doo only had an associate's degree.
oh god dang.
Scrappy Doo had a bachelor's.
God dang.
Or
So wait,
Scoob-
are you saying you're Scrappy Doo in the situation?
I'm Scooby Doo. No, I guess I am Scrappy Doo. That's awful.
Haha,
Never
you're
mind.
evil.
Back it up.
You're evil.
Roar.
All right.
I would go with annoying, but yes.
Oklahoma lawmaker wants to create an official Bigfoot hunting season. Bigfoot supposedly may not be real, but one lawmaker in Oklahoma wants to create a hunting season for him anyway. Just don't plan on actually shooting this squatch. I want to be really clear that we are not going to kill Bigfoot. State Rep Justin Humphrey, the Republican behind the bill, told the Oklahoman. We are going to trap a live Bigfoot. We are not promoting killing Bigfoot. We are promoting hunting Bigfoot, trying to find evidence of Bigfoot. The bill doesn't specify that. The text, as introduced by Humphrey, directs the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation Commission to create rules, dates, license, and fees establishing a Bigfoot hunting season. Humphrey told the Oklahoma City NBC station K4 that he would work on specifics with the commission, which would include a $25,000 bounty for someone who traps the cryptid. The commission didn't seem interested. We use science-driven research and we don't recognize Bigfoot as in the state of Oklahoma, Micah Holmes of the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation told ABC station Coco in Oklahoma City, adding that the bill would require them to create a new season and license for something that doesn't exist.
There's a politician who politics all over everyone.
But Humphrey said it would be great for tourism and outdoor recreation. Having a license and a tag would give people a way to prove they participated in the hunt. Again, the overall goal is to get people to our area to enjoy the natural beauty and to have a great time. And if they find Bigfoot while they're at it, well, hey, that's just an even bigger prize. Okay, my first question is, why a license? That means I have to buy a license to go hang out in the woods. Why do I have to buy a license to go hang out in the woods?
Well, how are they going to get the money for their state? Like, nobody lives in Oklahoma.
So they can afford to keep the wildlife up.
Okay, I would pay for that.
Maybe it sounds like
But what are you going to do when you find someone in the woods that doesn't have a license?
Find them?
What are you doing here, sir? Oh, I'm not hunting Bigfoot.
That's what game wardens do. Yeah.
So why do you have that net and a camera?
And a tag.
I'm chasing butterflies.
Anyway. So Bigfoot might be safe in Oklahoma
or
for
if
now.
you're in SpongeBob,
anyway.
you'd be chasing jellyfish.
Oh, jeez.
Multiple states have laws protecting animals not otherwise named. He's specifically protected by name in Washington. However, he might want to avoid Texas. The Lone Star State's laws allow hunters to bag a Bigfoot on site. We have a law that says we can just bag a Bigfoot?
Yeah, don't go walk around the forest.
Yeah.
Well, I already know Bigfoot, so shit, after this show, I'll just go drive to where he lives and bag him.
Well, I see one in the room right now.
God.
He works for a telecom giant as a remote technician.
If Bigfoot did exist.
So if I went around shooting monster trucks, would that count?
Oh. Only if it had the name Bigfoot on the side.
Now that's a dated reference, but it still holds up in my book.
Humphrey made national headlines in 2017 when he proposed a law that would make it illegal for a woman to have an abortion without the man's consent.
What? Where is this?
This is Humphrey, that same guy. He told The Intercept that he preferred the term host for pregnant women. God dang.
That's some Handmaid's Tale shit right there. I'm sorry.
That guy's a little bit. That guy's a little bit crazy. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say
About hosting?
About the term.
I don't know.
Anything I say is not going to.
I'm sorry. Did you refer to your wife when she was pregnant with your child that she was a host?
Are you trying to say that I agree with this guy?
No, I'm just saying.
Back the hell up.
What is your opinion? Do you think that it's okay to call a pregnant woman a host?
I don't.
Even if I did, what?
It's like a parasite.
What right do I have to express it?
I don't know. Anyway, that's that for that.
That's that for that.
So here are a few things that were similar that happened in the 1940s and 30s that are happening now, 80 years later.
Do tell.
And the conspiracy is that
we're on
history.
Conspiracies now?
Yep.
Yeah. So play the.
History
Gross.
could repeat itself.
Oh, I forgot to.
Oh, yeah, that's a given.
What? What did you forget?
Nothing.
No, did you have something else?
There we go. I feel better now.
Okay.
There's a saying that history could repeat itself. So if you look at everything that's happened in 2020, it seems that saying could be true. The coronavirus versus the Spanish flu, 100 years between the two. But there are some things that are really similar that happened in 2018 and on that happened in 1938 and on. So in 1938, France hosted the FIFA World Cup. Italy went on to win the tournament for the second time.
FIFA.
However, the year after that, in 1939, Australia was ravaged by some of the worst bushfires in history. In the Black Friday bushfire incident on January 13th, 1939, 71 people died and almost 2,000 homes were gutted across states, primarily in New South Wales and Victoria.
I just have one question about that, though. Why would you set it on fire when you can just use clippers instead?
Wow. I don't know whose bush you're trying to trim, but let's move on. In 1940, the Tokyo Olympics was scheduled to be held, but it was canceled due to the outbreak of World War II. And now, 80 years later, the events are more or less being played out similarly. So what's happening is, in 2018, France won the FIFA World Cup, although the tournament was hosted in Russia. Apart from the slight misnomer? Yeah, whatever. The rest of the events are similar to events 80 years ago. In 2019, Australia was again ravaged by bushfires, which killed 34 people and decimated 6,000 houses. Once again, in New South Wales and Victoria bore the brunt, and a state of emergency was declared.
Okay.
In 2020, the Tokyo Olympics, which was supposed to be held, has now been postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. And this is where there's a catch. In 1941, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, and that brought the USA into the Second World War. The Pacific theater of World War II saw the USA beating back Japan. Now in 2021, what's going to be the scenario? India and China are on the brink of escalating tensions along the line of actual control. Tensions are flaring up all over the world with regards to China and the United States and the trade war.
Mm-hmm.
With the election that we just had, with having Biden in office, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in 2021.
Did you ever look into the fourth turning?
No, I didn't do that yet. I'm sorry, I forgot about it. I need to look it up.
The fourth turning. What is this, like the turning test or what?
No.
Oh, wait, that's Turing test. Okay.
There's a kind of a theory, a generational theory that's out there that talks about the fourth turnings. You have your spring, your summer, your winter, and then
autumn,
your fall and winter. Anyway, so the fourth turning would be when a great disaster or war comes together, and it seems to be like a 75-year cycle, somewhere around that, 75 to 100-year cycle.
Okay.
It's a very interesting take. I'm not saying I prescribe to it, but it seems to fit. Though of course they make it fit when they talk about it, but when you're talking about this, they're saying that basically what the fourth turning talks about is how society is cyclical, where we all go through our different phases depending on the generation you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 75 to 100 years ago, we had World War II, which was the last fourth turning, and they're saying that we're now in the next fourth turning. We're right in the middle of it, actually.
But don't you think we've learned our lesson with war? Why would we go back to war? I can
Humans never learn.
Sorry, how do you feel like we've learned our lesson with war?
I just think that we have.
We've been in a constant war for... No. I mean, there's still Palestine and Israel.
I'm talking about us. We're not in war with over there, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
We're over there? I didn't know.
We've been in war since like
I
1990s.
stay away from the news.
The mainstream news just doesn't talk about our troops overseas anymore.
Right now, we tend to get into wars where oil is involved.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, if you look at escalation, we're currently at an escalation, and no matter whose fault they think it is, it's there.
Yeah.
And we're at an escalation with the Middle East, with China, Russia,
North Korea.
Of
course, when are we not?
Yeah, but that's a good point. When are we not? But I don't know. It's something to look into when it comes to conspiracies and stuff. The fourth turning is pretty interesting, at least an interesting read, if not anything else.
And then there was that other, I don't know if we talked about it on the last show when I was talking about
What's that?
The spiral, whatever.
Uzumaki?
This is a Naruto.
Sorry.
Uzumaki is a Nihongo word for spiral.
I don't remember. I'll talk about it next week. But
okay.
You were trying to put the fourth turning into this spiral thing, and it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing.
I didn't say I was trying to put it in there. I said it sounded like it.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. I
didn't say it was. I said look into it.
I understand.
It's because it's right down the same alley, and I think you would find it interesting.
Yeah, I definitely am going to do the fourth turn, but
okay.
That's all I have.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I can see a lot of theorization around if we're nearing our generation's fourth term.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're in it right now. Maybe the pandemic where
The
we've
good
been in
news-
for almost a year is.
The good news is the spring is usually the best time to be alive.
Spring. No, I'm
Because
not
if you
going to
look
see
at
it.
the 20s, the roaring 20s, that was well, it was the summer, but it was the end of a great bunch of years that fell into obviously the Great Depression before we went into war.
So are you saying the 2000s were
Well-
a great bunch of years?
Well, Prohibition started in the 1920s,
If you
didn't
remember,
it?
the 2000s were equated to the Great Depression.
Yeah.
So we're right. I mean, if you look at it from that aspect, we're already in the fourth turning.
Oh, so we're almost out?
It could be.
Turnings can take several years.
Yeah, that's why we call these conspiracy theories.
I don't
Conspiracy
know.
facts.
But look into it. If if our audience listens to look into it. It's at very least it's as entertaining as tarot cards.
Yeah, man, I'm just glad that a bunch of people have already volunteered to take the vaccine. Which are you taking? Are you getting it, Kenneth?
As soon as it's available.
Yeah, you may actually sign. You may actually qualify to get one in the current phase.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say the reason because I
Yeah,
don't want to
my-
insult you.
I can't wait to grow the bigger penis from it.
My choir
Is that what they
director's getting
said
it.
was some
Well, oh, yeah.
Well, that's how they're
risks?
getting people to take the
The vaccine.
vaccine.
They're saying
No,
your
it doesn't
penis
make your
grows
penis
bigger?
larger. God.
There's a meme on the internet that says, news announces that the vaccine makes your penis larger, and it shows below a graph of how many men have taken it, and there's like 98%.
Well,
I don't want to grow a penis.
how does that affect?
Well, that sucks.
affect females though? Their clit enlarges or what?
No, their hands
Ugh.
get bigger.
I don't want any bigger hands. Okay. My hands are pretty large. I don't want any
Well,
bigger
they're already the
hands.
size of bananas.
Shut
Oh,
up.
shut up!
Banana hands.
I never heard that before.
You should hear her type. It's like
No, seriously.
Hey,
Thun-
wait, you never heard that before? You're the one who calls her man hands.
Yes, you're the
No,
one.
you started that. I jumped on the bandwagon.
You see the shit I have to put up with?
you love it.
Wait, did I start that or did he?
He started the man hands and you started calling me banana hands. That's okay, guys.
Oh,
That's okay.
I thought he started the man hands joke.
No, you did.
I did.
You also started harpies.
I did. Yes.
Yes.
I coined that. Anyway,
Anything else? Anything else you want to coin on me?
no, not on you.
He coined lead balloons.
Could you not wave your hand so much? You're blowing my hair.
Wow.
Actually, I need a fan.
Your
Hey,
little
keep-
wisps
keep-
up
keep
there in the
going.
front.
Don't make me do it.
Every time I get done with the show, I have an alfalfa sprout on top of my head from Shelly waving her hands around.
Anyway, Thunder K, seriously, you actually may qualify to get one now based on your medical history.
No, I'll look into it.
Yeah, just go to the.
Because I'm gonna have to.
Are
go
you in
back-
Tarrant or Johnson County?
Tarrant.
Okay, yeah, go to Tarrant County website and it actually shows you what conditions they qualify for the phase that we're in now.
I got the diabetes.
Yeah, that's one of them. If you have diabetes, you
look
qualify.
like you've lost weight.
Phase
though.
1B.
Do you think you have?
Last time I went to the doctor, I'd lost a few pounds from this new medicine that's been kicking my ass.
Yeah, but you look like you've lost weight.
That's because I can't eat.
Well,
I feel your pain.
that's the result. That's what we're going through right now. And I'm sorry you're having such a hard time with it, baby. I do sympathize.
Let me go ahead and tell this story because this might help other people.
What's that?
Okay, so back in December, we get a call from my dad, and Dad says, "Hey, have you heard about your doctor?" And I said, "No." He said, "Our doctor for several years, like over
20 years.
over 20 years, decided that he was going to retire and didn't tell anybody." And so this new doctor's office shows up, and they're called Be Well. Yes, Be Well. No, they don't have 3 seashells in the bathroom. I've asked.
They should put 3
They
seashells in
should.
there.
So I go in there for the first time, and you have to fill out like 20 pages to get in to see the doctor. When I get in there, he's like, "This is the medicine you're on?" "Yeah." "Well, this is all the wrong medicine. So we're going to have to change everything on your medicine." Instead of changing them out one at a time or letting me, get used to the new medicine, he just changes them all out. One of them is an anti-anxiety med that I've been taking for 10 years since Clayton died, June 2009. And so I've been on that medicine for that long. And whenever they took me off of it, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought I'd have to, kind of slowly come off of it and then go on to the new med.
Yeah,
and
wean
everything would be
yourself
fine.
out and still going cold turkey. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did exactly what the doctor said. I slowly ramped down, and in the middle of this, I started having these just terrible reactions. And come to find out, the medicine I was on was clonazepam. And it's
Okay.
supposed to be a short use drug, not a 10-year drug.
Oh, shit.
And the withdrawals, and of course, I know a lot of these withdrawals, they have to put down that people have had these problems, even if it's not normal. But
Right.
you're talking seizures, you're talking coma, you're talking...
Yeah, full
because
disclosure.
the clonazepam actually shuts down a part of your brain and keeps it from being active, which is why it stops you from being anxious. Well, whenever you stop taking it, that part of your brain comes back online with a vengeance. And so I was having the panic attacks. I was having way more anxiety than I ever had. And on top of it, he puts me on a new anti-anxiety medicine called busoprone. And he said normally there's no reaction at all with anybody that we've ever put it on.
Okay.
But when I was looking at it, you can go look at the reviews of the medicine, because I literally thought I was going insane, because I ended up in the hospital thinking I was having a heart attack because of all the panic attacks and weird heart palpitations I was having.
Damn.
These were all reactions from the busoprone, so I couldn't tell what was withdrawal symptoms and what was from the busoprone.
Oh, wow.
And
What about the doctors? Could they?
cold sweat? No, they couldn't either. Cold sweats. I was having chest pains, palpitations. I was in the hospital, and I was calling the doctor. It was a couple of weeks ago. I was calling him. I was like, "Look, I have to make a decision. I'm thinking about going back to the hospital, but I don't know what's going on." And so he didn't call me back the same day. He called me back the next day, and I had already, decided not to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And so he gets me in there, and he does all these tests on me. He says, "Your heart's great. In fact, you have one of the highest rated hearts I've ever seen." And I was like, "Well, I don't know how." And so he says, "Okay, to stop taking the busoprone, we'll put you on something else." And so he takes me off of that medicine, and the next day, this was right before we went to Mom's house. So yeah, it was last week.
Yeah.
It's been a long week. So the Friday before I go to Mom's house, I felt like a fever broke. I was in cold sweats. I was shaking, and I felt 100 times better.
Maybe you're having an allergic reaction to that medicine.
I don't know what it was, but it
Could
was
be.
awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. And so I went the entire weekend at Mom's, and aside from my other problems I'm having, with the other med, I felt great. And on Monday, he started me on another anti-anxiety med, because I'm still having the panic attacks real bad. So he puts me on this other one, hydroxy something.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be an antihistamine, but it has a side effect of being anti-anxiety. So immediately when I take it, it's like I'm taking a Benadryl. So
Right.
Oh, you're sleepy.
I am just so groggy, and that's how I am today.
Okay.
And so, anyway, all that to say, I mean, if you are going to go to the doctor, take control. Don't just listen to exactly what they say. You tell them, "Look, I'll come off this medicine, or I'll do this, but I'm going to do them one at a time. I'm not going to drop all my meds and then go on new meds and just call it good."
Did you go see an MD or a DO?
It was a physician's assistant.
PA.
Is what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have always seen a DO, because the DO, in my opinion, I've seen MDs and I've seen DOs.
Yeah.
And my DO lets me decide how I want to do things with medicine in my body, and they respect that. So far, she has. But usually the DO sit down and say, "Okay, what are your symptoms? How do you feel? What do you think we should do?" And then I tell her, "Okay, I don't really know, but I've read this, and what do you think?" And so we actually have a discussion about.
Well, he's the same way.
Yeah.
He's just a young kid.
Uh-huh.
And which is not necessarily a strike against them. They probably know the newer meds better than the older folk do. But
yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, I should have been more assertive with him and said, look, okay, I have no problem coming off the meds, but we're going to do this one at a time. Because he even apologized to me later and was like, look, I realize now that we probably should have, slowed down the changing. We were going through a whole bunch of patients, and they all were wrong. They were all on some type of controlled substance.
Oh man,
The guy was really nice. Like he called Dad like day and a half
he's called
later.
me every other day since then. Talked to me, how am I feeling? What are you doing with your meds?
like personally,
Oh,
or
that's
yeah,
awesome.
like-
or his
Okay.
staff, like
No,
him
no,
personally, or his
him
staff?
personally.
It was
Oh,
him personally. Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you would just hear from their PA or their lead nurse. So,
well, he is a PA, so
oh, okay.
But he's also the one who.
I have never met the actual doctor for Be Well, but
Oh, okay.
he's a really good guy. I'm really comfortable with these people because I feel like they've brought my old doctor's practice into the new
Into light, yeah.
Because our old doctor didn't even have our charts in the computers. He had all paper charts. I mean, my chart was probably 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
Damn.
I used to go to the doctor all the time.
So Dad called me. Probably
He's very unhappy with these
he's
people.
very unhappy. Very unhappy. I said, why don't you see what kind of medicine Kenneth is on and see if that's what you can
We're
use,
on the same
Dad.
medicine.
That's what he said. But he's not.
Yeah. Well, let me
His
tell you about
sugars are
your
so
dad.
high.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
about your dad.
Yeah.
He's over there.
It's your dad,
I
too.
said, how's your when he's misbehaving, he's her dad.
Oh.
And I do the same thing to him. I'm like, do you know what your dad did?
So
What did Glenn
So
Heath
he's
III
like-
do?
he's telling me about this, and I'm like, well, Dad, what's your diet like? Oh, well, I cut back on a few things. It's a good diet, blah, blah, blah. And then a little bit later, he's talking about all the Chinese food places he's hit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Well,
Dad.
Yeah, and I said, Dad, how many trips to QT did you get for a hot dog or racetrack?
Exactly.
Yeah, so, yeah, they're, and he's talking like 170, 150 is bad for a diabetic. It's not. The bad diabetics are
Over 200-300.
200-300, yeah.
Yeah.
And his A1Cs
Okay.
are probably going to be in maybe 6 or 7, not.
I'm going to tell you, my A1Cs, if I were to go do it right now, would be awesome. Better than they've ever been in my whole life. And I'm not diabetic,
Okay.
but I was borderline. But now my sugars, they stay like anywhere between
Good.
90 something and 100.
See, another reason
10.
to stay consistent with the keto
I
diet. Don't give up.
know. Shut up, I know.
Hey, don't
I'm not
give
gonna
up.
shut up. This is my show.
Matt, shut up.
The power of food is just as powerful as any drug out there.
It is for me, and it is for you. And I think that we've used. I
I've
think
muted you.
what the deal is that we've used food as a way to
Cope.
it's our coping mechanism.
Self-soothing.
Self-soothing.
Well, I've talked about this a lot actually, with especially working in the ministry and stuff like that. But everybody has a vice,
Mhm.
whether they they want to say I'm not addicted to anything. I'm not addicted to anything.
Mhm.
Your 300-pound man is addicted to food. Okay, he may also be addicted to alcohol, but the 300-pound guy should not be pointing at the drunk over there saying that
Oh, yeah.
I'm better than him because
You're
I
over
am
there-
addicted to food.
Yeah, you're over there eating cheeseburgers every night for dinner and lasagna and anything that would cause you to gain 200,000 pounds.
I'm 300 pounds,
Mhm.
342.
We're gonna measure you when we get done here.
Well,
I need to
I'm
measure
still
that.
I'm sure I'm 340 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
One.
I'm over 300 pounds, diabetic. But when I go and get my blood work done, I have been eating. I know you don't believe me, but I have been.
No, I
eating,
believe you.
I have been eating right, and I have been walking. I even bought weights. I'm now doing weight training.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So
It's more than I'm doing.
and I was having so much trouble losing weight, and one of the reasons was the medicine that the previous doctor had me on.
Mhm.
The glyburide.
One of them causes edema, and the other one causes you to gain weight.
Mm.
And when the doctor looked at it, he was like, "You shouldn't be on this." I said, "Well, I haven't been able to lose weight," and he said, "Well, that's why, because these are clearly not for losing weight." And so he put me on metformin, and he put me on another med that makes you sicker than a dog all the time, where you don't want to eat, which
Mhm.
is working great for me.
Yeah.
And I've been losing weight, but I'm still over 300 pounds. But if you look at my blood work, I'm the healthiest unhealthy guy you ever saw.
Yeah.
If you're looking straight at numbers, not the sugars,
Yeah.
But everything else.
Well, even your sugars are not as
My
bad as they
sugars
used
yeah,
to be.
I
Yeah.
dropped quite a bit.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm eating like peanut butter and cream cheese.
That's what we're eating. Cream cheese with mini bell peppers and everything bagel seasoning, which you should try that.
Did you try what I told you? The peanut butter and strawberry cream cheese?
Did not do
No,
that
we
yet.
haven't tried that
Not
yet.
That is
Not yet.
just, I mean, if you can't have jelly, there's blueberry and there's strawberry and then there's mixed berry.
Okay.
Okay.
So you should try that. If you ever have a craving for jelly,
Mm-hmm.
it just knocks it right out.
It knocks it out. Okay.
Okay.
I put it on the low carb tortilla and eat it that way.
Oh, is that how you do?
Yeah, and it's low fat, low carb. And you can't eat more than one or two of them, but
Well, I wouldn't eat two. But no, but I ate egg salad on low carb tortilla yesterday. I won't do that again. I don't know. I'm just really not feeling it this time. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I started a new job. And at the same time of me starting a new job, I'm starting a diet. And, you know, the coping mechanism that I use food for, it's really frustrating me and causing me
it's all
major
about
issues.
balance.
Yeah, and
Always-
on top of that, you're not liking your new job so far.
Yeah.
So it's all about balance. What you
Mhm.
need to do is take down the food and bring up the bitching.
Oh, God.
And that way,
I thought that's what I was doing. I thought that's what I'm doing right
not,
now.
Not while we're
Well,
here.
it is, and this show is proof of it. And with that, do you have any more news stories or conspiracies?
That's all I had.
Okay, well, let's go on to Stump the Robo-Tuna then. I'm ready to stump these two
I thought we were still talking.
schmucks
I'm
over here.
sorry.
No. No.
I'm on the longest streak I've ever had on the show, so I'm happy. To
I
Yeah, last
doubt
week
that.
you did the
No.
blah blah blah.
Hey,
It was like three. He's like 3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row. It's my longest streak,
Ooh,
and I'm okay to lose. I've had my longest streak.
you're okay to lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not saying I'm going to, but I'm okay with it.
All right.
all right, you have the buzzers cued.
Do we want to do? Let me ask you guys a question. Do you want to do entertainment and pop culture, geography and travel, world history, literature, philosophy and religion, science? What would you like to do?
Let's do a neutral playing field: philosophy and religion.
Oh, I was gonna say geography and
no.
travel.
I suck at geography and travel, so I'm okay with that.
Let's just do entertainment and pop culture.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna win.
No, you're not. That does just because it's entertainment and pop culture doesn't mean that you know it. Some of that is cuisine of India.
Cuisine of India.
Yeah, some of
The
it.
cuisine of India.
How do you get
Hummus.
to Sesame Street?
You take a left at Muppet Lane.
What's the official address of Sesame Workshop? Because that's where they shoot it, the
Is
show.
it
at.
123?
123 Avenue?
Avenue?
Well, what? No, 123 Sesame Street. I'm talking about the actual physical location in New York City of the
Ooh.
Sesame Workshop. That's a production
New York
company.
City. I got it.
That's not the question, Matt.
All right, how about Will Ferrell? Let's do a Will Ferrell quiz.
Oh man,
He's
Oh,
my
boy.
favorite.
I know.
Well, you know what? There was a good movie that you never watched with him in it.
She did.
Yes, I did.
She
What's
did.
up?
Stranger Than Fiction. She watched it with us.
Yeah. What is? I've already seen it before. I watched it with y'all.
The-
What is the first television show Will Ferrell was a regular cast member on?
Thunder K.
Uh-huh.
Saturday Night Live.
Correct.
All right, play the sound, man. Come on.
Oh. I was so excited I actually got the right question. That was out of my ass. I didn't know the answer.
Which? Are you gonna ding?
No,
I'm-
just go on.
Hold on, I'll ding in just a damn second.
Just go on. Just go on. Just go
They're
on.
they're just mad.
I asked you earlier if you had the buzzers cued.
Golly.
There you
Okay.
go.
My computer locked because it was sitting there
Oh.
for a while.
Okay. So which improv comedy group was Will Ferrell a member of before acting in television and films? Was it A, The Groundlings, B, Second City, C, the I.O. Theater, or D, Upright Citizens Brigade?
Alex the Intern, the IO Theater.
No.
Robotuner.
Yes.
The Groundlings.
Correct.
Ooh, I guessed at that one. I didn't think it was the Upright Citizens Brigade, but I know Amy Poehler was part of them.
Which U.S. president has Will Ferrell been known for impersonating
Thunder
on
K.
Saturday?
George Bush.
Correct.
Saturday Night Live. Yep.
Of these popular films, Will Ferrell has starred in which had the highest earnings at the box office? Was it The Lego Movie 2014, Daddy's Home 2015, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby 2006, or Elf 2003?
Alex, your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Elf.
No.
Damn.
Robotuner.
Uh-huh.
Ricky Bobby.
No.
Damn.
Swear to God, if you get this one wrong, I'm gonna kick you.
What were the first two?
The Lego Movie and Daddy's Home.
Thunder K, the Lego Movie.
Correct.
I should have gone.
I didn't think the Daddy's.
The Craggle.
I should have gone for the safe one. I should have gone for it, but it was like, oh.
He had such a small. Well, actually, no. He was a villain, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Then he had a role as his real life self outside of the Lego Playland.
Which is the one I guess I forgot.
I don't remember. After graduating from the University of Southern California in 1990, what real-life job did Will Ferrell briefly have? Was it a private investigator, Santa's helper at a mall, sports broadcaster, or race car driver?
Thunder K, sports broadcaster.
Correct. How did
Nice.
you know that?
He secretly stalks them.
I actually heard that somewhere.
Which of these Will Ferrell films does not feature him and John C. Reilly as co-stars? Holmes and Watson, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, The Other Guys, or Step Brothers?
Thunder K, the other guys.
Correct.
Damn, you beat me to it. Yeah, the other guys was him and Mark Wahlberg.
Which comedy website did Will Ferrell co-found in 2007 along with Chris? I knew this one.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Funny or Die.
Correct. If you know the answer, you can just interrupt me.
Okay.
Well, we were supposed to not, and I already did. So.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks, Thunder K.
Which of these
breaking the rules?
Which of these television series has Will Ferrell not made a guest appearance in? Family Guy, The Office, 30 Rock, Parks and Recreation.
Thunder K, The Office.
That is incorrect.
Robotuner. Family Guy.
No, that's incorrect.
Damn, he's been on Family Guy.
What were the last two?
30 Rock or Parks and Recreation.
Alex the intern, 30 Rock.
Incorrect. It was Parks and Recreation, which is really shocking to me because
you had a 50%
it's an NBC
chance.
show. Yeah.
Well, and
Shut up.
And because of who's on Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was
No.
also one of.
Not
Well,
Tina
Tina
Fey.
Fey.
No,
was-
not Tina Fey.
Oh wait, no, that's 30 Rock. Okay.
It's the one who always co-stars with Tina Fey.
The blonde girl. What's her name?
Amy Poehler.
Yeah, Amy Poehler.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Who won?
That's all 10. Okay.
There's 8. There was 8 this time.
Okay.
Okay, I can ask 2 more.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Special K one.
Okay.
Like you always do.
Ahem.
Let's start Thunder K.
So let me ask you a question. Do we need to rename this Stump Thunder K?
Stump
instead
Thunder
of
K?
Stump Robotuner?
You know, you make the next one about music, and I'm going to be on the floor. Okay.
You should make it classical music, so we're all
let's look
somewhat
at let's look
confused.
at the topics we had. You had IT last time, and then you had pop culture this time.
Well, I didn't know that Will Ferrell was so important to you.
I like Will Ferrell.
I do too.
When
so
I like somebody, I
know
tend
a lot
to know
about him.
a lot about
Yeah,
him.
those are some good questions though.
Well, maybe next time I'll pick somebody that Alex likes.
I didn't get a single question right.
That's all right.
Not for a lack of trying, several times.
Well, yeah, very true. That could be said of all of us. As a matter of fact.
Don't touch me.
Ooh. Someone's being a sore loser.
Don't be a bitch.
Oh God
Okay.
dang!
Well, don't look like one.
Damn.
Oh God dang!
We look a lot alike.
Damn it.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's call an end to this debacle once again. As always, if you have any subjects you'd like for us to talk about, you can drop us a line at robotuner2020@gmail.com. Speaking of which, have we gotten any emails recently? That's your job.
No, that's your job.
I don't even know the password to log in.
You made the email.
You made the account.
I told you what
You
the
made a
password
big
was.
production of it and did it during the show.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Okay, so aside from that, you can also call us and leave us a voicemail at 682-325-1379. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at The Robotuner. And we're live most Sunday nights, unless we have conflicts like we did the last 2 weeks, on YouTube for our live stream. And you can catch our live streams as well as any audio of our occurrences on the download on your favorite podcast application.
Nope, we have no.
No emails? No, nobody loves us.
Scott did. Scott Madison loved us.
Oh, I know. He sent us our first and only one so far. All right. Okay, so the next time you see us, Sushi will be in celebration of her biological independence creation date. Or I'm sorry, yeah, biological independence date.
Was it really independence or was it codependency?
No. Because you exited your mother's womb and your umbilical cord was cut.
And now I'm codependent. So there's that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but you haven't talked to the food.
I haven't talked to food can't talk back.
Oh yes, it can. Oh yes, it can.
In that way. Oh wait. Before we sign off, serious question from Dustin Schneider. Why do you guys keep using fake names when you slip up so much with each other's real names? Isn't it confusing for the new people listening?
Well, I don't have to worry about that, so I don't know.
I always try to.
You're the one who messed up.
Yeah, you messed up his name.
Hey. Shut up.
And then Kenneth earlier said, Shelly, I mean sushi.
You're right.
And you just called him Kenneth.
Yeah. Well, I try to stay consistent whenever I refer to you guys.
Yeah, but then I say Matt, and then I'm like, I mean RoboTuner.
Robotuna.
The answer to the question is we fixed it in post.
No, not always. I really don't do much editing at all, except for when we mention names or companies that shouldn't be.
Well, it's
Isn't that the quirkiness of our show? Isn't that
Yeah, I
why
think so.
We have the 3 listeners.
Every show. Yeah, I know
every
it.
show. Isn't that why we have the 3 listeners that we do have?
Are you talking about for the live stream? Hey, on the downloads, we average anywhere between 20 and 30.
You know, if you want to get names right.
And starting a counter or a drinking game. Yeah, you do that, Dustin.
You know, if you want
You'll
us to
die.
get things right and act more professional, we're going to have to be more in a low-budget podcast.
Oh, that's
you're asking too much of a low budget podcast. I'm sorry.
well. That's our forte is being a low budget podcast. Even though I'm running Logic Pro on a $450 mixer and all these mics.
That really is low budget, though, if you think about it.
Well, compared to people like Joe Rogan, fuck yeah, it is. He has his own professional studio. He makes a
Besides,
living off his
it's
podcast.
not like this board here
And being a UFC commentator.
can't double as other things. Like,
Oh, of course it can, yeah. All right, enough of this ranting. We're going to get out of here. See you guys next week. Red Pants. And we're off. Thanks for tuning in, Dustin. Oh, yeah, and if you wouldn't mind sending us those details or just text me or whatever about your uncle who got around the NRH city code about shed square footage, or I'm sorry, max 200 square footage in his backyard.
Yeah, I was watching
for fixtures.
I was watching a guy from Kennedale put in something in his backyard, and he was saying their city ordinance is 10% of their actual house square foot they can put in buildings in their backyard, because he was building a studio in his back. That's why I was thinking about it, because you guys were Kennedale's not that much different than
by YouTube.